Hi, my name is Darren Joseph from HEJ.tax, and we're the team that seeks to demystify that sometimes confusing world of international tax. And today I want to talk about the challenges in finding banking solutions for offshore structures. What do I mean by that? Unfortunately, the reality is that it's easier to find a high quality bank that wants to work with a structure that's exposed to one jurisdiction, and they are more reluctant to work with structures that are exposed to other jurisdictions. So they have their preferences. Just like in any product space or service space, there are solutions that are considered higher end and there's solutions that are considered lower end. So in terms of banks, the banks that are considered, generally speaking, higher end banks would be those that are headquartered in North America, in the United States, in Western Europe, in the UK, and Singapore. Conversely, banks that are, let's say, are headquartered, not branches, but headquartered in certain parts of the Caribbean, in Latin America, and Africa, and in certain less developed jurisdictions in Southeast Asia are considered less attractive. That's just the way it is. What I tell our clients is that it's important to think of pairings. Just like when you're in a fine dining restaurant, you try to pair your meal with your wine, you should also try to pair your offshore structure with the appropriate bank. And therefore, it is increasingly unrealistic to expect to have an offshore structure in, let's say, a less reputed jurisdiction that would pair with a bank that is headquartered in a highly regarded jurisdiction. It just doesn't work. It just does not work. And it's becoming increasingly so. Clients coming to me and saying, well, you know, a former advisor gave me a hard sell, signed it up with a company in Seychelles, Panama, Belize, Liberia, Anguilla. I know without them telling me anything further that they're having banking challenges. And increasingly, even if you're in a slightly higher tier jurisdiction like Cayman or BVI, we're seeing that those clients are having banking challenges as well. Again, you will always be able to find a bank. What type of bank you want? You want a bank in a reputed jurisdiction? You want a bank in which you have no concern that they will pack up and disappear with your money? You need a bank with good correspondent banking relationships, because the last thing you want is to send your money into a financial institution and you kind of get it out. Why? Because in order to do so, they need to have good correspondent bank relationships in a first world jurisdiction, which is a jurisdiction in which you would, chances are, be based or spending your time or need to have funds available. And if they don't have that relationship, it's not going to happen. So the key point I want to make is that before you go with an offshore structure, sure you understand what the appropriate banking relationship or what the appropriate banking solution would be. And if the banking solution is not what you're looking for, then you need to revisit your choice of offshore structure. If you're having a problem with your offshore structure and you want a second opinion, please feel free to reach out to us at HEJ.tax. My name is Darren Joseph from HEJ.tax.